Welcome back to Awesome Definition, and we about to recap NXT today.
And we're gonna start talking about Last Legend and Nia Jax, which they spent the whole last week wrestling in the whole episode, and they finally meet up tonight. So, what you thought about this match?
Yeah, it was a very hardcore match between Lash and Nia Jax, and they were going at it with each other.
Yeah, I thought it was not gonna end. It was gonna be like a disqualification because the way they were fighting, it seemed almost like Sheamus and Rusev. They could have just stopped fighting, but I was kind of surprised that Nia Jax. I mean, not surprised that Nia Jax won, but that if the story ended. What you thought about
I
that?
don't think the story ended, but I think the match. You don't think they're gonna have more matches after this?
It doesn't. I hope they do, but it doesn't look like it. I think he thought they were gonna get paid. I thought the first match was gonna be a disqualification. That's what I meant.
Yeah, but I don't think that means the story will be ending
No,
because
no,
of
I
that.
hope not. That's the only reason I was saying that. But let's see what happened with those two in the future. So on the next match, we're gonna talk about John Henry versus Shorty Dempsey, which this match was actually set up by Wednesday Claire last week. What do you talk about this match?
Yeah, that was a pretty good match.
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit kind of quick. I thought it was gonna be a little bit longer, but it's John Henry. I guess. They made it quick. I don't know why, but I feel like Charlie Dempsey is in a losing streak. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not looking good for Charlie Dempsey. Oh, and Mercy Claire, I guess, messed up this match for him. What do you think?
How?
She was the one setting it up.
But how does that mess the match? She didn't do nothing during the match.
No, she didn't. But no, I just say, but no, good for John Henry, and I feel kind of bad for Charlie Dempsey.
Now we have Josh Bridge, talking to the crowd. The crowd's not letting him have it with everything that was going on with him and Yoshiki. Then Yoshiki comes and talk about his honor and how he thought they were friends. And, I think they're going to have a match at NXT Heat Wave. And, yeah, their friendship going downhill
Yeah, it's kind of strange how they ended this friendship so fast because
fast.
I feel it was kind of fast because a return, maybe like 2 months ago. When did Yoshiki return for Japan? Was it 2 months, 20 months?
Yeah, but I feel like they've been a tag team for like a little while now.
No, that was a tactic for a while. Then Yoshiki left.
But Yoshiki left like 2 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. He left, and then
I don't think this was fast, in my opinion.
the thing I find funny that Yoshiki came back for Josh Bridge. Then Josh Bridge go for the title for the NXT title, and then something happened with the title with Oma family, and now they're not friends.
Did Yash Bridge go for the title? I thought Yoshiki went for the title in an American Bash. But
And
Josh
then
Bridge,
remember the triple threat match? That's when they Josh Bridge betrayed Yoshiki.
yeah, betrayed.
Remember when Oma family won? Josh Bridge just for some reason hit Yoshiki Samoa, but it is what it is. But like you said, it's looking like they're gonna be wrestling in Heat Wave. So on the next match that we're gonna talk about the tag team match of Fellow Inference versus Lola Vice and Kerry Jordan. On Thursday, Jasmine Nix set up this match for Fallon Harry and Jesse James versus Lola Vice and Kerry Jordan because they was having some issue backstage. So, well, how you think about this match? How it went?
It was good. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was actually a pretty good match. Kelani, Jordan, and Lola Bass work as a good team. So it ended by by Lola Bass doing her a special move, and then Kelani going to a top row doing her special move, and they end up pinning Jesse Jane, the champion. So it's not looking good for Jesse Jane. What do you think about that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, so let's see what's going to happen next week with this match.
So there was a match with Alba Fire, and Alba Fire won that match. and it transitioned to Ethan Page talking trash about U.S. Olympic people, and then Tevon Heights said that he got somebody.
Yeah, yeah. That's all it is. Once Alba Fire won, Ethan Page was started complaining that American wrestlers are not good. So Tevian High came out representing USA, and he found a woman wrestler from USA representing the Olympic. And it's looking like they're gonna have like a tag team match between Tevian Highs, Kelly Armstrong, you say, versus Ethan Page and Chelsea Green, which I almost forgot her name. I don't know why. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Next week they're gonna do like a peace, how you call it, peace treating, which they're gonna end up fighting. So I think it's gonna be a match set up for Heat Wave. So what do you think about that for next week?
And Heat Wave, yeah, maybe, or just Tavon Heights and Ethan Page and Chelsea Green alone. Remember, they're gonna do stuff in Philadelphia, so I don't know if they'll do that match in Philadelphia instead of Heat Wave because they're promoting the Philadelphia show a lot.
And now we're gonna talk about the main event, which it was a 4-on-4 match with Fago. I almost say Fago with Dark State versus Trick Williams, Moose, Omar Femi, and Javon Evans, which the top star of NXT and TNA, of course. Which what you thought about this match?
Yeah, yeah, it was a pretty good match between Dark State and Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Moose, and everybody.
Yes, and I was surprised how good as they work as a team, except for Trick Williams, which I wasn't really surprised because when they were talking backstage, Trick Williams was the only one that taking care about this match. But the way it ended was incredible. What you thought about the ending?
I don't call it. I'm not gonna say it's incredible.
Surprising? Because I'm not surprised, no.
So Yeah, I don't think it was incredible or surprising, but yeah, Trick Williams didn't help Javon Evans and just let Dark State win.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's how it is. Javon was surrounded by Dark State. Trick Williams saw everything. He was like, I don't need to be here. He just walk away. And yeah, Dark State defeated Folk Great Wrestler, which that's good for Dark State. Having this win against.
They always have big wins, so it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know if that really does anything for them, but they keep winning, so that's good. Maybe they could be tag team champions because they doing something with Hank Tank, and we'll see in a second.
So right after Dark State did pin Javon Evans, Hackathon came to a ring and attacked Dark State, which I was kind of surprised because it's still 2 against 4. What do you thought about that?
Yeah, but they look like they were, competing against the two people that they're probably going to fight for the tag team titles at Heat Wave. So yeah, it's not looking that great for Hank Tank because Dark State looking like they might win the titles.
Yeah, it seems like they're beating everybody right now. Which good for Dark State. I'm not sure for Hackathon. I think that might be their toughest match for they have in a while. So no, it was an interesting NXT. What you thought? So what you thought about the whole night?
Not the best NXT, if I'm being honest. I think they were just building a lot of stuff for Philadelphia and Heat Wave, but nothing really too special for tonight. To be honest, it was an average NXT. What your opinion on NXT?
I kind of agree with you. I don't think it was that bad, to be honest.
I'm not saying it's bad. I was just saying it was okay, average. Than their usual shows.
No, I agree with you. I think the best thing they have right now on this NXT might be the main event. But yeah, you're right. Most of the stuff that happened today is just set up for
better shows.
For better shows.
Yeah, this felt like just a episode just to set up for the Philadelphia and the Heat Wave. That's why it felt okay. It wasn't. I'm not calling this a bad show. It was just there Yeah, it's forgettable, but you see, but yeah.
No, I get it. They gotta set up everything. I think
I'm not
it's
trying to be mean, forget it, but like in a couple months, we're probably not gonna remember this NXT. I'm just being honest.
yeah. They even set up a match for
Yeah,
TNA. That was
yeah.
crazy.
TNA, everything is just getting set up for. This was just a setup show, to be honest. So that's why it was pretty okay because we're gonna remember the stuff that they were setting up. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So no, like I always say, if you got what we doing, because we got what you doing, you can always follow us at.
Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe on our YouTube page.
And if you're still watching us, like I always say, thank you and peace.